Hi everyone, welcome to a new week, and this week I want to talk a little bit about communication. Now you may think that because you can speak English that you know how to communicate. Well, you're not alone in thinking that. We are trained as we are growing up in life, as we go to school, to believe almost that the minute that we've understood English, we can now communicate. But unfortunately, that's far from the truth. Communication is so much more than just the words we speak. It's also about our gestures and our mannerisms and so much more. So to be specific about what I want to talk about today, I want to look at two forms of communication. And the reason why this is so interesting is because I believe that humanity adapts and evolves at a much slower rate compared to technology. New means of communication are coming out on almost a daily basis. But how do we keep up with that? How do we actually really understand how to use that communication? We're still learning. We're still learning how to work a text message and when to use it. In fact, most of the people I speak to don't know when to use a phone call versus a text message. So let's go over it now. What is a text message? Well, a text message is an instant means of communication that does not require an instant response. And what that means is I may have something in my mind that I just need to get out right now. Well, I can send a message and it's gone. You will receive that message and you can answer that whenever you're ready. You don't have to deal with it right now. If you're driving or whatever, you can come back to it later on and answer. Now, let's look at phone calls. Well, a phone call is an instant means of communication, if you answer, that requires an instant response. So if I were to call you right now, you would have to stop watching this video in order to pay attention to the phone call and listen to what it is that I have to say. Now, in certain situations, that's great. In certain sort of high-risk emergency situations, that's vital. But when you're considering about whether to text someone or to phone someone, think about the other person. Think about the value that they get from that communication. So for example, if I were to phone my wife during her important business meeting of the day, and I said, "Oh shit, the car's on fire," that could be a really vital and relevant piece of communication because it affects us both. Neither of us want our car to be on fire, and we should probably do something about it. However, if I were to call her at the same time during that important business meeting and I was to say, "What do you feel like having for dinner tonight? I'm so hungry. Dave isn't listening to me again. I'm just getting so annoyed." That's a bit of a dick move because she's busy. She's trying to do something important at that moment in time. And it could lead her to become annoyed because she's thinking, well, he knows I'm at work. Why is he calling me right now? But also it completely distracts her from what she's trying to do. All for the benefit of me just getting a bit of self-validation because I'm feeling a bit crappy. So think about that. When you're thinking about how and when to communicate, think about how quickly do I need them to respond? And is there value in them being able to respond immediately? So your challenge this week is to think about a time when you've been interrupted by someone calling you completely out of the blue. Maybe it was a telemarketer, maybe it was a family member, and think about the impact it had on you and what can you do to help them and help guide them towards better communication. It's not a sin to say, "Hey, can we book a time to talk? Because I'm just really busy at the minute." And in fact, that's actually a kindness because that allows you to give that person all of your attention. "Hey, I'm really busy at the minute and I just haven't got the bandwidth to really think about what's going on in your world right now, but I really want to. So let's work out a time when we can talk properly." So think about that. Think about times when you've done that to other people and let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and have a great week.